Maddie here. All the snow, they just piled it. So they have like 10 trucks and like 10 trucks every like 6-7 minutes. 6-7. Oh my god. And like they're just coming here and dumping the snow to get what do you call it? To get melted. And I don't know where they're getting all the snow from, because if you look around, they're obviously not taking it from Red Hook. Every corner I see is there's 3 piles of snow. And I don't know where they're getting the snow from, because it has, look, that right there is a thing that goes on the sidewalk. That goes on the sidewalk in the street for people not to watch like the road. There's 2 of them. So I don't know where they're getting all this snow from. I don't know if they're getting it from the right places. Like got dog doo-doo and stuff. Cups. So yeah, they come like every 6-7 minutes with 3 trucks and just dump the snow to get melted. And got squirrels on it. And I'm gonna show you how they're melting it. It's pretty cool. But it looks like very dirty snow. They're getting it from dirty places. But I just don't know where they're taking it from, because everywhere I look in Red Hook, there's 3 piles of snow everywhere. So I don't know where they're doing, what they're doing. Like, what is this? This is weird. Look. Rock car, dirty snow. And all this snow is going to get melted in this machine that I'm about to show you. We're getting close. Boom. You see that? Right there is melting all this snow. They come and they get it and they bring it here. And they bring it here. And it's getting melted. And there's some blocks, like you can't even walk past it. Like they're starting to do it on that block now. That whole block is covered. Look at this. Whoa. All just snow. There's all types of sanitation people. There are police cars everywhere blocking these streets. And it's kind of cool, but like, I don't know. Oh, look. If you look at it, that snow, they're melting it and it's going underground. I don't know if you can see that. It's going underground in some little circle thing. That's crazy. Like, I wonder where that is going to. Like, it's just like underground. Like, they just have that all like that. And look, there's some guy. It looks like he's digging snow up over there. Look, let's watch how he's about to do it. Oh, my bad. Whoa. I want to see how he's gonna put in this tree. Wow. And all this dirty water just going in the ground. Oh, look, you see how much more? Whoa, look how fast that's melting, just going under there. Woo, it's too much. And this is blocks and blocks full of snow. Look how cool that is. This block was covered all of this, so look, they've got that much. I don't know where they're taking all this snow from because and Red Hook is covered of it. It's covered in snow. Every block there's 3 pounds of snow. So oh look at this lady. She said, I'm not waiting, I gotta go. Just walking through that snow. It's pretty cool. Now it's slowing down, and watch when he puts this new batch of snow. What? Gotta pay attention to that water. It's gonna go 20, 30 times faster. She just walked through that snow. She didn't care. Real bold. Whoa. Look, they're going to the other day. They put that up real high this time. Look, you see it? Look at that water. Look at that water. It's gonna speed up. This is really cool. But like I said, I don't know where they're getting all this snow from. All this snow. All around. Parks full of snow. That was great content. Hi. He's on break. There's a few different trucks. They probably switch shifts. Look, this is what I'm talking about. They got everything blocked off. Big sanitation trucks. Sometimes it's, what do you call those? Garbage trucks. But it was nice with you guys. Bye bye.
Madison, you did so good.
Thank you. Yes, you did.
Madison, you did so good.
Yeah. Your editor.
Good camera person. You did really good, babe. I will look forward for you doing this again.
Yeah. See you all.
Alrighty.
Alright, love you guys.
Love you as well. Bye.
Bye.
Forget her walking away.
I'm up. Zoom out or zoom in.
Oh,
See?
that's the most it zooms? Oh, okay.
Zoom into her. Walking away.
Oh, that's good
There she goes. There goes. There she goes.
No, the camera's crooked. That's a little better.
Okay. I purposely doing that.
You're gonna have to hit the navigation for me.
Okay.
I thought it was such a great point that Madison made as far as where they're getting all this snow from, because every single park around here is covered in snow. They have not removed the snow from the edges of the streets. No, so all this snow is coming from outside of Red Hook, and they're just shipping it here. Look at this block here. Can you turn it towards that block? All the snow on this block. This is a separate block that they covered in snow. Maybe you could even take it out and show it out the window real quick. You see?
And snow down there. So much snow.
And keep showing.
Snow. Tons of snow.
It's an exuberant amount of snow. And it's not coming from Red Hook, where all the parks are still covered. And I just find that to be really interesting.
Is that, oh, it almost looked like a rainbow there.
I don't see what you see. I don't see what you see.
As always, we're approaching the Akiway store.
Never, never, never.
The famous store. They have a order screen in there now. He said, look at y'all. Moving on out. We're going towards Ocean Parkway. So I don't know if you want to go up there or local. It's up to you. Ocean Parkway, where you can, do 100 miles per hour, hit 4 people, 3 of them no longer here, and only get 3 to 9 years.
Who's this?
The wig maker, that
Who's
chick,
this?
that woman who the Jewish family last year, driving in her Audi,
Right, who had like 30 offenses.
who had 100 tickets.
100 tickets relating to
Speeding,
and all that. Right.
all different types of infractions.
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 What did you just
Listen.
say? Infractions?
Yeah, infractions.
Infractures.
Infractions, infractions.
Same thing.
Same difference.
Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato. Infractions and fractures. I don't know. It's up for debate, I'm sure.
This is Brooklyn. Big Brooklyn. Alicia Smith. Brooklyn.
Above us is the BQE, which is the Brooklyn Queens Expressway.
Ooh, Alicia's in Ohio. I heard you all got a bunch of snow too.
Well, Ohio gets snow every year like this. It's always massive amounts of snow. Holy Toledo.
Toledo, shout out to Dayton, What's the other part?
parts.
Dayton, Ohio?
Yes.
I never
I think
heard of
that's
that.
where Be Love is from. Dayton, Ohio. I told you that's where they make the spinners. They spinning. The Dayton wheels. That's what.
From the 90s, the 2000s, those wheels?
Yes.
We're still talking about those wheels?
Well, every time I hear Dayton, that's the first thing I think about.
Is
the spinners.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. How many times a year do you think of this?
And I think of Be Love. Be Love is from. She's an Ohio
The
girl.
mukbang lady?
Yes. Beloved represents Ohio.
Okay. Look at this license plate. How you doing? From Florida.
Alicia's by Columbus. Ooh.
Columbus, Ohio.
Have you been to Ohio?
You and I both have been to Ohio.
Oh, okay.
On the drive-through during a couple of our cross-country things we've done. We never.
Cleveland. Isn't Cleveland in Ohio?
Yeah.
Ohio, Cleveland. Yeah.
Well, it went from Indiana, past Ohio, and into where did we stop? We stopped in Chicago. So it was on our way to Chicago. We were by Ohio, I believe. It's been quite some time since we've done our cross-country trips. You know, that COVID kind of got in the way of all those things we used to do. We need to get back to doing. But nowadays, what's so interesting is that I dread the mileage. I dread that damn 9 miles to the gallon and paying, you know, 3 and change for a gallon on that excursion. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, we the next trip we take, we might not be taking the excursion. We might have to figure something else out that's a little bit more.
Let's take some razors and just scoot across America.
Okay. Sounds like the Dumb and Dumber Part 3.
Oh, gosh. No, I'm just joking.
I just saw Rich Rebuilds. He took a $100 Prius with almost 400,000 miles on it, and he just put like 3,000 miles on it. Went down the East Coast in a $100 Prius. He was getting 45, 55 miles per gallon.
Okay.
How great is that?
That sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bang for his buck.
Yeah, and one of the problems he had is the same problem. You know how when they stole your catalytic converters on your Scion? That was what was missing from the Prius, and they wanted $1,500 to fix it. So he wound up finding some catalytic converters for $200, and they wound up working.
Oh, nice.
Because on the Prius, there's 3 catalytic converters. Look at this lady. All right, she's like. She's interesting.
That she is.
Turn it back. Look at this.
Whoa.
That's a lot of traffic
Whoa. This is probably every day, too.
at this time, right? I
This
wouldn't know. I'm
time.
never over here at this time.
I know. It's This is called that good old rush hour. Everyone coming home.
Yeah, it's 4:47. So we didn't beat it.
We joined it.
And then there's a lot of funneling of traffic. Do you know what I mean by funneling? It's like bottlenecking, where there's this 1, 2, 3 rows of traffic that are gonna have to get sucked into 2 rows because all the snow, it's too much snow on each side of the street, and then some of the streets where there's 2 lanes is now only 1 lane because of the snow on each side of the street. But here in New York City, the weather has broke. It's made it to 33 degrees today, whereas all week for the past like 9-10 days it's been 17-18 degrees. It went even down to 4 degrees and to 7 degrees. So we finally back to what New York really represents in the winter, which is 33 degrees. New York is, you know, we can do 33 degrees 20 days out of January, and about 20 days out of February. We're at that 33 degree mark, and it'll fluctuate. It'll go down to maybe 29 for the evening, and then as soon as the morning comes, the sun comes up, we're right there at the 33. We never really hit freezing. And so this last 10 days is truly an anomaly for New York City. New York City never is this cold and never has this much snow this long. The West Side Highway, you could see the ice on the West Side Highway. I mean, when you're driving down the West Side Highway, you can see the water and the ice went all the way across to Jersey. So from New York to New Jersey, you can see it was just iced up, where like not a human can walk it, but maybe a cat or you know, something like that can run across. It was something I've never seen before. When I was a kid, I remember going downtown to the South Street Seaport, and by the seaport there was tons of ice, and it made its way halfway to Brooklyn. But there was so much traffic with the car, I mean with the tugboats and all that kind of stuff, that it'll never ice all the way. So it was very strange to see how much ice this last week has developed here in New York. Very strange, very different, and very beautiful. And didn't you mention that there were some homeless people that passed?
Yes, 13 to be exact.
13 homeless people died because of snow-related issues, correct?
Yes.
Right.
They froze to death. Yes.
Right. Oh, they might have had heart attacks. And they got their bodies when they were frozen. They could have strokes. They could have, you know, been an exorbitant amount of things.
Well, we're talking outside homeless people.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Outside homeless people, they know how to handle themselves in weather that's freezing. They can take it. You know, so it's not, I would say, you know, there was some other issues, you know?
Okay.
Like if a guy gets stabbed, runs across the street and gets hit by the car, and as he gets hit by a car, the car smacks him and he falls into a river. Did he drown? Did the car kill him, or was it the stabbing at the bar? You know? Somebody's gonna say it was raining that night, and the rain, it was freezing rain that did it. You know the point I'm making.
I do.
Madison did so good. I'm so happy.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy getting closer and closer. Come on, get off your phone, sir. And where are we taking Ocean Parkway to?
We're taking Ocean Parkway to that dip where the cemeteries are.
So we're going all the way out there.
So we're going
To W?
No,
Y?
it's not that far.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
Kings Highway, so let me see.
I once tried this car out at an auction. Couldn't even.
Porsche?
Yeah, the Panamera. It was the first generation Panamera. I couldn't even sit in it. My head was touching the ceiling. It was so uncomfortable. I was very disappointed. And I like the Panamera, actually. I saw some stuff on the internet where they took, I think, a second generation probably, Panamera, and they changed the lighting system where it has the light bar in the back going across the whole thing with some aftermarket product. It looks so good. I was like, damn.
This is like a church, but it's something else.
With the welcome sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Church Ave. I was just over here. I went to that fridge over there. I was telling you.
Yeah, you just dropped off at the fridge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know, LJ, she drops off food to the fridges, and I saw that food in those bags were crazy. The breads you had, I mean, these were like $6-7 breads.
Yeah, bread alone. Seriously.
It was bread.
That's the farmer's market.
It was those
stuff.
2 bags I saw in the back.
Yes.
And so you must have
3
filled up
bags.
that whole fridge.
The whole fridge.
Did
For
you
the
take any
second
video
time
of it?
in a row? You know.
What do you mean by second time in a row?
I did it yesterday just to see how fast it was gonna go.
And when you came back today,
It was completely empty.
completely empty. Did you take any video of it?
No,
Any
I didn't
pictures
get a
of it?
chance to get any
It doesn't
video.
exist, baby, if you didn't take pictures of it. Here's what you have to understand. People can talk the major shit about you. They can say something about your parenting skills. They can talk about you as a person. And if you don't have anything to say otherwise, then it'll stick. So if you got stuff that say, well, you can say all you want, but I know twice this week I put $400 worth of food into these refrigerators. That makes a difference. You gotta snap out of it. You really need to snap out of it and deal with reality. If it ain't recorded, it didn't happen. You're gonna go to your insurance company, get into an accident, they say, I thought you installed a camera system in your car. You're like, yeah, I know, but I don't like to have it on because I don't want to embarrass anyone.
Yeah, it was too awkward. I was trying to do
You
it
see
with
that?
my phone.
It's awkward.
the
Why?
snow is
What's awkward
everywhere.
about it?
You
You just
know.
take a picture of the empty refrigerator and then you take a picture of the refrigerator full. What is someone gonna say? That's AI? I'm sorry if I'm scolding you. I don't mean to scold you, but you need to stop dropping off all this food to all these fridges all over New York City, and you're anonymous. You're not, what's his name? Prince. That's what Prince used to do. Prince used to pay for a bunch of stuff for people and do all this philanthropy, and he wanted no one to know. You're not there. You're not there yet. And then, how are you going to get your 501c3 or whatever that's called if you don't have proof of all the work you're doing? You know? And by the way, that's who we're off to now. We're going to go pick up a bunch of food that is not expired, that is not garbage, and LJ is going to deliver the food to the churches. And she does this 3-4 times a week, and I only get to put it on my channel the few times that I help out. Like today, I'm helping out because her car is still snowed in. There's so much food that goes to waste in this city. So many organizations that don't even have enough room to stock enough of the food, that they have to clear shelves. After a certain amount of days, the shelf has to get cleared. And LJ comes along, picks up all this stuff that they have to get rid of to make new space because they're getting tractor trailers full of stuff. So when you're at home sitting back saying to yourself, oh, I want to order something, I don't want to go out and get it, that business that's doing that takes such a huge loss. It's insanity. This is why the people that work for them make no money, because the margins are so slim. The margins are so slim, and they can't wait for something that's on their shelf to be expired. They don't have time for that. They have a tractor trailer coming in the morning, and they need 15 shelves. So all this stuff here, whatever's been here 5 days, gotta go. Remember the time you got all those roses?
Yeah.
That was insanity. They had planned for all these people to call for roses that no one probably called for roses. So LJ walked out of there with $500-600 worth of. We had the whole entire house from top to bottom full with roses. Thank God we had those 2 or 3 vases. We had those vases that were available, vases, you know, were available, and the house looked and smelled amazing. And then, on top of the refrigerators that she filled up, 2 or 3 refrigerators that she filled up, she puts roses on the tops of them. Bundles of roses. I was like, this is absolutely crazy. You know?
Over here,
and then and then when I drove, I said, let me drive by, see what's up. Every rose was gone. Does a person take those roses and then now try to make a few bucks and sell the roses? Why not? Who cares? If I was a kid and I saw some lady dropping off 5 dozen of roses on top of a refrigerator, I would then take those roses to the streets and try to sell them for $1 each. You know, when I was a kid, I was such a money generating machine. Always. I always knew a way that you could make honest money in a big city like this. You know? That's why I tell people you never have to do crime in New York City. You never have to do crime. There's so many ways, but you know, you're gonna have to use your back though. You're gonna have to have a strong back. You know, I remember when I was selling beer at the parades in New York, and I decided to park across Central Park, and I just figured, oh, I'll just walk across the park And you know, whenever I needed to get more beer, I'll just walk back to my car where it was safely parked at. The first trip I took walking across that park, a police officer came over to me and said, "What you got in the cooler?" And I was just like, why, what's up? And they're like, "You got beer in that cooler? Be honest with me. Tell me the truth. Be honest with me. The truth goes a long way." And I was like, "Yeah, I got beer in the cooler." He was like, "All right." And he calls up. He says, "Stay right here. Don't move." And he gets on his radio. And then a big truck comes along. Triple the size of this bus in front of us. This school bus. And then what do? They open up the school bus, and what's inside?
What?
Beer.
Wow.
Because they knew that people were going to try to cross Central Park with beer to make it to the side of the park where the parades were. So we're talking about, I was one of maybe 100 people that this man told me the truth goes a long way. How long way exactly is this that the truth goes? So I learned then. So then what happened was I felt very defeated, very beat up. But here's the thing. I only had 2 cases of beer in that cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 bags of ice in that cooler.
Yes.
So I went back to my car. I had a cooler in the car. I had 2 coolers, and I had all the beer. I went back to the car, filled it up, crossed the park. This time, I didn't see any police, no problems. I went back to the car, filled it up, came back. This is now my 3rd trip. Police officer comes over to me and says, "Yo, what you got in the cooler?" And I was like, "Why?" And he didn't say the truth goes a long way. He didn't say that to me. This is a different officer. He said, "What you got in the cooler?" I was like, "Nothing." And he was like, "You want to show me what's in the cooler?" I was like, "No." And he was like, "All right, have a good day."
Wow.
So I learned then, like, to never snitch on yourself. And the truth does not go a long way. Man, I made rent. I was a little late on my rent. I paid up all my rent, plus had enough money to treat myself to a steak dinner.
Right.
I always remember that. And I put that, let me tell you, I put that thing on my shoulder, walked across that park. You would have thought I had maybe you would have thought maybe I would have had a 6-pack in there. Because I made it look so light, and it was heavy as hell. But I was like 21 years old, strong as an ox, and I had a big old smile on my face, and I just was walking. Went to that parade. I did that for years. Every summer, every parade. Now you can't do anything like that. No, that doesn't even exist anymore. Every parade in New York is so compartmentalized. There's no way you could even get to the parade unless you're there 5 hours before the parade started. I don't care what parade it is. You're not walking into the parade. You would have to get there 5 hours before the parade started, and then you're limited to just maybe 2 blocks. And then the blocks are totally cut off, where you would have to then retreat to walk down the block. You're off the avenue. Now you have to walk down the block. And when you get down that block, then you have to walk 6, 7, 8 blocks. They just herding you like cattle. It's crazy. You no freedom in any of these parades in New York. You are compartmentalized. You are
Compartmentalized?
Compartmentalized. Yeah, you're just totally locked. I'll never forget those times, man. I needed to pay rent. You know, that's how I bought those Timberland, those 40 belows. I bought my 40 below Timberlands from selling beer at what's it called? What's that place in Harlem? No. The place in Harlem.
The African American Day?
No. It was the on 125th Street. It was Grant's Tomb. They used to have the jazz festival in Grant's Tomb, and I would show up with nothing, only Heinekens, and there'd be Heinekens in the glass bottles, and I would have my cooler on a cart, and I always tell you that story. I told you that story before with Ed Lover, how rude he was to me. Ed Lover, he's a video DJ, a VJ, and he's also what is he also? Is he a shock jock or radio personality, I guess? And he said to me, "Yo, how much for the beer?" And I was like, $5 a bottle. He said, "What? $5 for a bottle of beer? Man, I could walk to the store and get it for $2." And I said, "Well, the $3 tax is for saving you to walk." And if you walk down, and I told him, if you walk down these blocks here, those are Muslim delis. They don't have any beer. So you're going to have to walk all the way to 130 something street. Mind you, we're on 124th, 125th, 120, all the way to 121st Street. That was the festival there. There was a jazz festival. Yo, this dude try to like buck at me for trying. I was like a smart ass or something. Mind you, I'm like 24 years old, 225 pounds, boxed for 4 years of my life. I mean, he don't even realize how much danger he was in. But I just smiled at him, and I was just like, "Yo, man." But like he really tried to bark at me. Yo, you think I'm stupid or something? You trying to convince me to buy? I'm not trying to convince you or nothing. I'm just telling you that if you found beer in any deli around here, it ain't gonna be cold because all that door keeps opening and closing. My beer is freezing cold. And he refused to do it. He was like, "You think I'm a sucker? You think I'm a sucker? I ain't gonna buy that $5 beer that I could get for $2." Mind you, the walk would have been a 20-minute walk to get a beer. But I got my 20 belows off of that right there. I'll never forget that. I paid like $225 or something like that. And that was like stupid expensive for me. I'm 24 years old, but I got my 40 belows, boy. Couldn't tell me nothing. I had those things for years. I mean, I had those things for so many years. I think I had them when I met you. When I got rid of all those gators. Remember I got rid of all those gators? I think I got rid of the 40 belows. Little did I know I could have had these things. Those things on the resale would have been, crazy. What do I know? I got rid of all those gator sandals that I was buying. I got rid of so much stuff. Actually, I didn't get rid of it. I dropped it off to the Housing Works, which it's like a thrift shop for the AIDS and all AIDS-related research and all that kind of stuff. So I felt good about that.
Definitely.
I dropped off so much linen and so many silk shirts. I was like, I got 20 silk shirts that I never wear. Let me donate these silk shirts. Let me donate this linen. Look at this guy. He was just right behind me. Super frustrated with me. You driving too slow, I guess. But Ed Lover was trying to bark on me. Had no idea how his jaw was in such danger. Danger. He had no idea. But I didn't want to give the thing that I was doing a black eye, so I just kept real calm, and I was just like, let me just move on. And I sold every bottle of beer. Every bottle of beer for $5. And then that, me, I don't give any deals. People always be like, "Yo, if I get 2, you give me 1. Sorry. I think it was like every Wednesday. It was like or every Sunday. It was every Wednesday or every Sunday. I can't remember. I forget. Like Star would say, I forget. Yeah, I'm not 100% on what that timing was, but
I just realized that That's National Wholesale Liquidators. They still
Right.
around.
I remember this was in Jersey.
And Cross County. My grandmother
Cross
used to like to
County,
go
right,
there.
right.
Cross County.
Imagine what they got to throw away.
No, man.
It's crazy. You need a truck every week. You need a truck every week. But yeah, he was trying to walk on me about that $5. And then, in my mind, I was thinking, which is crazy, I was thinking that, these DJs don't make enough money to spend $5 on a beer. That's what I was thinking. Little did I know the guy's probably making $500 a day, $600 a day, $700 a day, or more. But just people, they think he's working on principle in his mind.
Exactly.
It's the principle that I'm not going to spend $5, which I'm making it super convenient over here. Hello. I'm about to make, and I'm not trying to even be funny, but we're talking about, I must have been making $500 a week doing that. For the time that they had that, that little festival, I was making minimum $500 on the beer alone. And when I did the parades, I was making thousands of dollars. And all I saw was Budweiser.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I was making, no, baby, we're talking about when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, I was making, seriously, I was paying rent. I'd be like, here you go, this is for the next 2 months, 3 months. I would pay 2-3 months in advance. It was beautiful. But I've always had that hustle mentality. And I never worried what anyone thought. I didn't think like, oh man, this girl that I like, I won't be able to talk to her because she's going to see me with a cooler selling beer.
Yeah.
I never thought that. I swear to you. I never, ever even thought about nothing like that.
You weren't embarrassed.
No. Never was embarrassed.
That's good. That's important.
And I'm just not built like that. I don't feel like that. I'm just not built like that.
You're not embarrassed to make money?
I never cared what anyone thought. And I'm sure I did, but for the... All right, we got to say goodbye. We don't need people to know where we're going. We don't want to blow up our spot. But I will maybe do another video showing all the stuff you got. All right, let's say goodbye. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
You are appreciated in YouTube land.
YouTube land.
All right, babe. Turn that off.
Bye.